And let me talk a little bit about how the data flow, or how the data will flow across those components I was talking about. So initially, we have system of record, and we have data integration provider. Sorry, somehow delayed. So now data are being pulled out from a system of record by data integration provider. We need to store them somewhere. So we have a data cache where we persist the data, and the data are being consumed by the end user at the microapps or notification cards that we will generate for the end users. So end users can interact with them. So the end users can approve expense reports on a card, or the end users can submit a PTO request. So the data from the end user or from client then have to fly back to system of record. So from the end user experience or the client throughout data integration provider, data flies back to system of record. Okay, so we know about the components. We know about how data flow across those components. So now let's have a look at how developers will touch it, how the developer flow will look like. We have system of record. You know about that. Now we have developers. So we have somebody who needs to build a solution for a customer. Now we have our platform. We have our Citrix Cloud Console, where you have to go, find the right tile, click the Manage button, and get to this nice landing page Jay was showing in his live demo. Now, developer has to pick right data integration provider, configure it, and start building a solution. So here, the developer is picking right integration. As I mentioned, we have one special for Converge that you will be using these 2 days. It's HTTP connector or integration. This is how HTTP integration initial configuration screen look like. So you have to fill in base URL, you have to choose auth method, some other things. Depends on the system you need to connect to. Now we have microapps builder. We have to configure or create forms, pages, and configure notifications. So this is how microapps builder look like. So we have a set of pages there, notifications. This is the page builder. It's easy to understand, drag and drop, no-code tool, where you drag and drop components from left-hand side to middle section, where you have a preview of a page. You have a configuration section on the right-hand side, so you can configure the parameters of a component and their behavior. Now we have to configure event because we want to generate a card for the end users. So initially we have to choose the type of the event. So event engine knows which type of records it has to look at, right? New records, updated records, deleted records, and on. Then we have to configure a set of business rules to fine-tune the scope, to add additional conditions, to target the notification to a specific user, etc. And finally, we have to set a permission. So we have to subscribe the users or group of users from Active Directory or other identity provider, so they have access to a microapp in Workspace client. So we have to enter subscription dialog, choose the right group of users or users, and subscribe them to a microapp. And then the end user can see a nice feed with a card generated, microapps that are available to the users. So this is it. Do you have any questions about that?